This is CBS News on the Hour, presented by Liberty Mutual Insurance.
I'm Stacey Lynn in Washington. President Biden heads to Pittsburgh today to rally voters ahead of the midterms. Here's CBS's Naomi Ruckham.
President Biden returns to the campaign trail today with gas prices, abortion rights, and inflation atop voters' minds.
Multiple issues, and they're all important. And we ought to be able to walk and chew gum at the same time.
Off to Pittsburgh, the president is hoping to help Democrats in a tight Senate race,
which is between Democrat John Fetterman and Republican Dr. Mesmet Oz. Pennsylvania resident Natalia Goodnow.
I think there's still a lot of frustration in sort of middle class, lower middle class folks who want to see their values and views being more represented.
The number of women who have died from pregnancy or childbirth has surged, and CBS's Kemi McCormick tells us it's partly because of COVID.
A government report claims pregnancy-related deaths have spiked nearly 80% since 2018, and COVID-19 was a factor in a quarter of them last year. The number of preterm and low birth weight babies is also up. Maternal death rates in the U.S. are higher than many developed countries. COVID-19 only worsened the conditions, partly due to the lack of in-person care, pandemic stress, and other mental health issues.
Iran is being accused of supplying Russia with the new kamikaze-style drones its troops have been using to attack Ukraine. But Russia's deputy ambassador to the UN says they aren't getting them from Iran.
You can see the labels Geran, which means geranium, the flower in Russian, on the outer shell of these UAVs.
The State Department says the U.S. is prepared to sanction anyone involved. Chaos on Capitol Hill yesterday. Our Scott McFarland tells us it was caused by a suspicious van that was loaded up with
guns, including 2 handguns and a shotgun, were found in a white van stopped steps away from the U.S. Supreme Court. An 81-year-old man is under arrest on weapons charges. His adult grandson is in custody.
The man from Georgia told police they were there to deliver documents to the Supreme Court. For the first time ever, an Asian American woman will be featured on U.S. Money. Anna May Wong was Hollywood's first Chinese American movie star.
I think I'll do the Chinese poem. A Chinese poem? Yes. You know, the one that goes like this.
The new special edition quarter goes into circulation on Monday. And you can use that quarter, several of them, towards filling up your tank. The average price for a gallon of regular right now, according to AAA, is at $3.85. This is CBS News.
Liberty Mutual customizes your car and home insurance, so you only pay for what you need. Visit libertymutual.com to learn more.
Doug. Hey, listener. Welcome to Limu's Karaoke Lounge, where Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance so you only pay for what you need, and the music never stops. Hit it.
There's an emu with a full-time job. His partner's Doug, but Limu's the heartthrob. Grubs and worms, that's what Limu eats. Gotta fuel up to save you money and hit the streets.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty. Are you ready?
At Lowe's, every pro is an MVP to us. That's why MVP's rewards members can earn bonus points on select products from brands like DeWalt, Purdy paint applicators, and GRK screws. Then redeem your bonus points for exciting rewards like tools, grills, Lowe's gift cards, and more. Join Lowe's MVP's Pro Rewards today to start earning. Bonus points calculated before taxes and fees after applicable discounts, if any. Subject to program terms. While supplies last. Visit Lowe's.com/MVP's bonus points for details. Now through 10/28.
Thanksgiving turkey is going to cost more this year.
You can thank bird flu for wiping out your wallet this year. The virus has been detected in 42 states and so far killed about 48 million chickens and turkeys. Right now, analysts say turkey's price per pound is $1.99, up from $1.15 last year. That's a 73% increase. But if there's a shortage of birds during the holidays, that cost could go even higher. Now, there is a chance suppliers will add turkeys at the last minute, but experts say consumers shouldn't count on it. Monica Ricks, CBS News.
If you live in California, you'll soon be able to get a charge and a chalupa in one stop. Electric vehicle charging stations are coming to more than 100 Taco Bell locations in the state over the next year. Cali has the highest number of registered EVs, and lawmakers voted to ban the sale of gas-powered cars by 2035. They say half of the future ChargeNet stations will be in Taco Bells in underserved communities. Stacey Lynn, CBS News.
Paid for by GovMint.com.
Have you heard? A recent stash of 1881 Morgan silver dollar coins has been found. These gorgeous 1881S silver dollar coins are as bright and shiny as the day they were struck. Only a limited quantity of these Morgan silver dollar coins are available. Coin experts are calling this an amazing opportunity for anyone interested in silver coins. Just call Government at 1-800-386-7194 and you are guaranteed a mint condition 1881S Morgan silver dollar featuring the iconic S mint mark of the San Francisco Mint. But with limited quantity, you must call now. These 1881S silver coins are still in uncirculated condition. That is 140 years of history you can hold in your hand. To learn more, call 1-800-386-7194. Call now and you'll receive a free American Coin Collector's Bonus Package, a $25 value, free with every order. Call 1-800-386-7194 now to secure your 1881S Morgan silver dollars before they sell out. That's 1-800-386-7194.
Injuries and illnesses that require immediate attention can happen anytime, any day of the week. That's why TJ Urgent Care is open daily, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Their team of doctors and nurse practitioners are highly trained in caring for your family's urgent health care needs. With on-site lab, radiology, and pharmacy, TJ Urgent Care provides the ultimate convenience. No appointment is needed, and TJ Urgent Care is open 7 days a week. TJ Urgent Care, located at the TJ Health Pavilion in Glasgow. TJ Urgent Care, total local care.
Everybody wants to feel good about their pharmacy, but in the quest for good health, price does become a factor. In Glasgow, we have a pharmacy that has been able to combine customer service with the lowest possible price day in and day out. That pharmacy is Park Avenue Pharmacy. Ask your friends. They'll tell you that when comparing the price of prescription drugs time and time again, Park Avenue Pharmacy is the lowest price. And with full-time pharmacists and friendly faces you know, you should request the prescriptions be filled at Park Avenue Pharmacy. Park Avenue Pharmacy is located in the Park Avenue Shopping Center, easy to get to from anywhere. Phone 651-5156. You can get low prices and full service. Simply trust Park Avenue Pharmacy in Glasgow.
You know you can depend on WCLU for local news on the air, online, on demand at WCLUradio.com.
Well, let me jump in here and say good Thursday morning to you and yours, live and locally yours. WCLU, Good Morning Live. We're at 31 degrees, just a shade below freezing here this morning. But if you're outside very long, you're going to freeze anyway. That's just the way that it's starting off. We'll check the forecast for you here just in a moment on WCLU. But let's get started with our birthdays. First things first, our very own Jessica DeVasier has a birthday. Nicole Reed, Jessica Jolly, Brittany Billingsley Taylor. Tyler Pursley is 14 today. Stephanie Mosley has a big birthday. Renee Johnson, Kelly Kinslow, Tristan Hurt. We have Sarah Smith Martin with a birthday. And Connor Burge has a birthday today, too. How's that for a good start? 651-9149, 800-956-1023. And online, we're here at WCLUradio.com just to make sure that you are safe and comfy and warm and you know where you're going right here. I got the phones ringing. Y'all wait for me. I'll be there in a minute and answer the question that you might have or the birthday anniversary that you might want to submit, okay? 31 degrees here from WCLU this morning. Here's the forecast for today. Widespread frost between 8 and 10. Otherwise sunny, a high of 60. Afternoon winds could gust as high as 20 miles an hour. Yes, we have the Whitman sampler of weather here, it looks like, over the next day or so. Tonight, simply clear, low of 38. Friday, sunny, warming up to 72. Friday night, clear and 48. Saturday, mostly sunny, and a high up to 75 degrees. The constant coverage of studio radar screen is, nice and quiet here this morning. The barometer's at 30 inches even. The winds are out of the southeast at 3 miles an hour, 63% humidity. Rain gauge is empty this morning. It's a good thing because it would be a slippery slide into the rain gauge for sure this morning. Just just below freezing. The cold spot, if you're headed up toward the Campbellsville and Taylor County this morning, Taylor County, Campbellsville reports in with 22 degrees, almost 10 degrees difference right here in between where we're sitting up in Campbellsville. That is the coldest spot in the entire state of Kentucky at Campbellsville at 22. We'll move forward. Brendan Crane will have the live and local 6 o'clock morning edition coming your way straight ahead. Here it's Good Morning Live on WCLU and on the Big Willie. Member FDIC.
Have you heard about the new online home for the Glasgow EPB? Well, it isn't just a new-looking website. It's a whole new way to manage your Glasgow EPB services. At the all-new GlasgowEPB.com, you can take care of paying your bill online like always, but you can also request or transfer your Glasgow EPB services, access customer support guides, easily sign up for GEPB alerts, and learn about all available products and programs. So check it out today, GlasgowEPB.com.
U.S. Bank is a strong bank that offers many services to all types of customers. But our real strength is in our people, like our community president, Irvin Sorrell. Irvin is also a hands-on branch manager for the South Green Street and Wall Street locations. He's there to answer questions to help you establish a banking relationship with the services you need. You'll find Irvin easy to talk to and very helpful in helping you with your banking needs and challenges. Reach out to Irvin at 270-659-3201. U.S. Bank. Our people make us a great bank for you. U.S. Bank is a strong bank that offers many services to all types of customers. Member FDIC.
Well, good day. Thursday, October 20th. It's 31 degrees now. The time, 6:12 for you there. For your record, we are setting right here 1 degree below that freezing temperature. So it is a little chilly out there this morning, and that's just the direction we've been going in. Hopefully, we'll have that warm up into today and looking especially toward the weekend for that warm up. In news this hour, Cave City Council candidates and Cave City mayoral candidates, they gathered there Tuesday evening at the Cave City Convention Center for a political forum. 2 of the 3 candidates running for mayor there, they were detailing their plans for the future of the city. Now, the Cave City Chamber of Commerce, they hosted that forum there at the convention center. Candidates running for mayor and city council were there, and about 50 community members showed up as well. Now, among the mayoral candidates present were Dwayne Hatcher, the incumbent, and Letitia Klein, who is a Cave City Council person and who's running for mayor. J.R. Pointer did not participate. Now, Klein described her history in the community as a 1996 graduate of Barron County High, co-owner of the dive bar, and the mother of a 20-year-old son. She also touted her experience as an accountant and communication specialist for several companies, kind of giving a little bit of an insight into what her political ideology is.
Experience that's not political. I think if we're going to have a say in how our city is ran and the quality of our life, then we need to elect one of us.
Hatcher, who has served as mayor for 12 years, described his career as an educator and coach in the Caverna Independent School System and his family consisting of 6 children. He graduated from Caverna High in 1966. He touted accomplishments during his tenure as mayor, such as lower tax rates, improved equipment for the police and public works departments, and improving the city budget. He says that he is one of us in sort of a rebuttal to what Klein had to say.
Government's one purpose, and that's to serve the health, welfare, and safety of its citizens. To do that the best way you can with the financial position you're in to do that.
Now, the candidates were asked questions from how they might improve the quality of life for city residents to their personal attributes conducive to their leadership. 2 themes woven through most of those questions were these: the future of Cave City and communication with residents there. Hatcher admitted most of the ideas he and Klein share for the city's future are not different, but rather the way to get to those ideas into motion. That's where they differ, however. Now, Klein says she believed gentrification would help Cave City because of the many underutilized underutilized properties. She also advocated for mixed-use properties, which are those with dual purposes, such as storefronts with apartments above them.
We need to have our citizens so proud of where they live that it hurts that they want to just tell everyone about it. And you do that by civic pride. And nothing kills civic pride more than empty buildings, broken sidewalks, and unattended for streets.
Hatcher made mention of working together over the last few years. He did say that could be improved, of course, with more folks on board there for the city's success, but he believes Cave City has been in a good spot.
We're all working, trying to progress.
Now, the candidates agreed more personnel should be hired to handle duties like code enforcement and grant writing. The current code enforcement officer there, he has 2 other jobs, and he's not been able to fulfill those duties recently due to health reasons. Chris Summers, a former resident there of 25 years, he moderated that forum. You can watch the full thing there at the Cave City Chamber of Commerce Facebook page. And one of our own is now a candidate for Homecoming Queen at Western Kentucky University this fall. 31 students have been selected as candidates for the 2022 Homecoming Queen there, and Glasgow's Taylor Murphy has been selected. Taylor Murphy is the daughter of Stephen and Regina Murphy. She is an elementary education major and is sponsored by Alpha Gamma Delta, Delta Tau Delta, and Sigma Alpha Epsilon. Now, of course, this is at the collegiate level, and several other students there as well. She's the only one from Glasgow. There are some, obviously, from Bowling Green, and then there are others kind of spread out across the state. You can check that out at our website, WCLUradio.com. Looks like those homecoming festivities, they're going to be doing those Saturday, October 29th, so that is next week, and it does look like that they'll be crowning the queen on that night as well during halftime of the WKU football game versus North Texas at Houchins Industries LT Smith Stadium. Kickoff that day, it's set for 2:30 p.m. Now, this year's homecoming theme is Nightmare on Normal Street. Queen candidates, they'll be participating in activities during homecoming week, including a fall social on Sunday, an interview on Tuesday, a banquet on Wednesday, a volunteer experience on Thursday, and the homecoming parade and Big Red's Roar on Friday. WKU students will cast their votes for Queen in online balloting on Monday. And speaking of WKU, this morning at the Glasgow campus, they're going to be celebrating 20 years in Glasgow. They're going to be hosting a little bit of an event there at the Glasgow campus of WKU here. And of course, that event is an RSVP type of event that did close, however, but they'll be starting that off at 10:30 this morning. Just as a reminder, if you have RSVP to go to that event, 10:30 start time for there, and they will be serving hors d'oeuvres according to the university. Glasgow police say they conducted a traffic stop along South Franklin Street on Tuesday, and they say one person was arrested. An officer conducted that traffic stop and made contact with Jawan Childress, who appeared to be under the influence of narcotics. Officers performed several field sobriety tests and determined that Childress was impaired and in possession of methamphetamine that was located inside a ball cap, police allege. Childress of Glasgow faces several charges: operating a vehicle under the influence of a controlled substance, no operator's license, moped, possession of a controlled substance, possession of drug paraphernalia. Several folks there responding. It was Officer Josh Harden, assisted by Sergeant Wesley Hicks and Barron County Deputy Tyler Maxey and K-9 Merck. 6:18 now, it's 31 degrees. When we return on the other side of this break, a look at more news from around the community and around the state, only on WCLU News. Stay tuned.
The Elmore Auction Specialist invites you this Saturday, October 22nd, to the Thelma Williams Estate Sale. It's at 98 Meadow Drive in Glasgow. There's not one, but 2 homes to be sold, along with a vacant lot and a whole lot of personal property. Starting at 10 a.m., the home at 98 Meadow Drive in Glasgow will be sold. 3 bedrooms and 2 baths, over 1,900 square feet on the main floor, and a 900 square foot basement. This is a great fixer-upper for a handyman. Then at 10:30, in the same neighborhood, a 1/2 acre vacant lot with utilities available will be sold. But wait, at 11 o'clock, 3-bedroom, 1 full bathroom brick home at 443 Willie Gross Road. This is a fixer-upper, too, on a deep lot. It'll be auctioned from the Meadow Drive site, so check it out ahead of time. The personal property has lots of surprises, including a Martin D35 acoustic guitar, a Gibson Les Paul guitar, along with antiques, a model airplane collection, and a drone. It's quite the auction this Saturday morning starting at 10 at 98 Meadow Drive. A 7% buyer's premium will be added to the final price of the real estate. Dakota Ray Elmore, principal auctioneer.
The new iPhone 14 Pro is here with the most advanced iPhone display ever, and the place to get it is at T-Mobile. Now you can take your iPhone beyond with coverage that goes beyond.
You're really having fun over there. Have you been streaming Ted Lasso this whole time?
Yeah, I got the new iPhone 14 Pro at T-Mobile, and Apple TV Plus is included with our plan. It has an amazing display, so all the shows look fantastic.
Nice, but we're almost to the airport. You better download the rest of it.
No need. T-Mobile's got me covered with unlimited in-flight Wi-Fi, so I can stream all flight long. I'm catching up on the morning show next.
I'm going to make a quick stop.
Wait, where are we going?
I'm going to T-Mobile.
Switch to T-Mobile and get the new iPhone 14 Pro on us with eligible trade-in on the Magenta Max plan. With nationwide coverage and Apple TV Plus included, take your iPhone experience beyond with T-Mobile.
With 24 monthly bill credits plus tax for well-qualified customers. Contact us before canceling service to continue remaining bill credits or credit stop and balance on required finance agreement is due. Apple TV Plus on us up to $4.99 value. In-flight Wi-Fi on select U.S. airlines were available. See T-Mobile.com for details.
You're listening to WCLU Local News. Looking at our weather forecast today, looks like widespread frost this morning, so you might have to get that scraper out, as we say. Otherwise sunny with a high near 60 degrees today. Tonight, mostly clear, a low around 37, not quite as low as the last couple of nights. And looking ahead toward your Friday, 73 degrees, sunny. Saturday, mostly sunny with a high near 76. And get this, by Sunday, we're back up to 77. Looking at the trend for next week, looks like we will have that little bit of warmth there on the front end of the week, and then we'll begin that decline once again. Tuesday 71, and by Wednesday 66. So nonetheless, it will still be a little bit of a chill in the air, but really won't be as bad as we've seen this week. We've really gotten a taste of some of that early winter this week with those highs there topping out at about 50 degrees, and of course our lows getting well into the 20s in the evening time. In more news this hour, the Biden administration on Wednesday awarded $2.8 billion in grants to build and expand domestic manufacturing of batteries for electric vehicles in 12 states. A total of 20 companies will receive grants for projects to extract and process lithium, graphite, and other battery materials, manufacture components, and strengthen U.S. supply of critical minerals. The announcement comes as the administration seeks to boost production and sales of electric vehicles as a key part of President Joe Biden's strategy to slow climate change and build up U.S. manufacturing. A sweeping climate and healthcare law passed in August. It includes several provisions to boost electric vehicles, including tax credits for those EV buyers worth up to $7,500. A federal judge has given preliminary approval to a settlement that would provide more than $1 million to workers at a meat processing plant in Tennessee that was the subject of an immigration raid in 2018. The Southern Poverty Law Center and National Immigration Law Center says at the time the raid was the largest workplace raid in nearly a decade. The plaintiffs, approximately 100 workers who were detained during that raid, they allege that the U.S. Department of Homeland Security and Internal Revenue Service officers illegally targeted them. And 9 eastern Kentucky counties will receive a total of $24.4 million in funding for economic development projects. Democratic Governor Andy Beshear and Republican U.S. Representative Harold Hal Rogers made that announcement Wednesday. The governor's office says funding from the Abandoned Mine Land Economic Revitalization Program, it will be assisting 11 projects. Those projects are expected to retain or create more than 200 jobs, train 300 Kentuckians, and serve more than 100,000 people through tourism, infrastructure development, or training opportunities. The projects, they are in Clay, Elliott, Floyd, Knox, Letcher, Magoffin, Martin, McCreary, and Wolfe counties. And Kentucky State Police say they've arrested a 28-year-old man on child sexual abuse material charges in western Kentucky. 28-year-old Logan S. Fryer was arrested earlier this week. They say Fryer was arrested as the result of an undercover Internet Crimes Against Children's investigation. The KSP Electronic Crime Branch, they began that investigation after they say they discovered him engaging in sexually explicit online communication with a minor. Now, Mr. Fryer is currently charged with 3 counts of procuring or promoting the use of a minor by electronic means. These charges, they are Class D felonies, and they are punishable by 1 to 5 years in prison. Mr. Fryer, he was lodged in the Marshall County Detention Center. Now, we understand that the Kentucky Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force, it's comprised of more than 26 local, state, and federal law enforcement agencies. And again, don't forget about that movie that's being shot here locally. We discussed that with you several weeks ago because they were announcing that they would be filming here. And it's our understanding that yesterday they were really seeking about 15 extras for today. Now, of course, we're not sure if those have been filled at this point, but just so you can see if they will need any more extras moving forward, be sure to go to the Glasgow Barron County KY Tourism page and be sure to check that out pretty regularly. They were looking for 15 extras for today at 12 noon here in Glasgow, and they were asking that you'd be required to wear black, white, and navy funeral attire. They asked that you DM them, but again, that was yesterday. They were seeking that information out, but you can keep in contact with them. They might be needing extras in the next few weeks as well as they continue filming. 625 and 31 degrees. I'm Brennan Crane. Have a great Thursday.
Catch Brennan Crane's local news coverage weekdays exclusively on WCLU Radio. Good Morning Live at WCLUradio.com and Facebook.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
The gruesome details of a 4-year-old Bullitt County girl's death are now known. An autopsy was conducted on Serenity McKinney, whose body was found in February near the Jefferson-Bullitt County line in a wooded area. She was found in a suitcase wrapped in plastic with a broken leg and broken wrist. Her mother and mother's boyfriend face murder charges, which will put them away for life if convicted. A Middlesboro man is in custody after leading police on a chase. Middlesboro resident Joe Bullens was arrested yesterday morning after being recognized as a man wanted by officers. Bullens had outstanding warrants and police tried to pull him over before he sped off. Officials say he tried to hit a police car and also brake-checked the officer inside. He was arrested after he tried to run away on foot and now faces a dozen charges against him. 2 former Louisville Metro police officers have been sentenced for violating citizens' civil rights.
Former LMPD officers Brian Wilson and Kurt Flynn admitted to throwing drinks at people in the West End and recording it as part of a prank. The officers would dress in uniform but were in unmarked cop cars. Wilson also pled guilty to cyber stalking charges for using police technology to hack into people's phones. Prosecutors say he had the information of 24 people and extorted multiple women. Wilson was sentenced to 2.5 years behind bars. Flynn received 3 months. Both former officers were also sentenced to 3 years of supervised release.
Haley Hansen reporting. Kentucky men's basketball at the top of the SEC preseason media poll. Head coach John Calipari announcing the Cats are going to renew the series with Indiana starting in 2025. I'm Sean McCormick.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
I grow corn and beans, and I raise cattle. What I do is good for people, good for Kentucky. And what I don't do is good for the environment. I don't let fertilizer, chemicals, manure, or good farmland run off into the creek. And you know what? Turns out that also makes me more productive and more efficient. If you're a farmer, develop an ag water quality plan. It's never been easier. Go to eec.ky.gov/agwater to find out how.
Becco's new line of dishwashers feature Corner Intense, the first sprayer that cleans all the way to the corners. Becco achieves this performance using 50% less water and 25% less energy than U.S. standards for dishwashers, which is why when you choose Becco, you not only get cleaner dishes, but you're making the planet cleaner too. Save energy and money with gift card rebates up to $200 on eligible models until December 31st. Visit Becco.com.
For over 25 years, Window World has provided quality products for homeowners around the country. Every window we sell is custom made for optimal energy efficiency and superior durability. Plus, a vinyl finish means they will never need painting. Just like our windows, entry doors from Window World are made to last, featuring a durable composite frame that will never rot. When it comes time to replace your windows or doors, trust Window World. Call 270-780-9600.
Simply the best for less. Window World.
Most people will hesitate before planning a funeral in advance.
The funeral? We'll arrange that when the time comes.
But there's a lot to be said for advance planning. For one thing, you have the peace of mind of knowing that your arrangements have all been made. You can consider the options when your mind is clear, and you'll have the relief of knowing that your loved one will be well cared for. A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home, a celebration of love.
You're listening to Good Morning Live, WCLU, 29 minutes after the 6 o'clock hour. We have 31 degrees. In area funeral announcements this hour, David Lee Denton, age 83, of Glasgow, died Wednesday at the medical center at Bowling Green. He was born in 1939 in Park City to the late Comer Denton and Aline Reynolds Denton. David obtained his bachelor's degree in accounting at WKU, and he worked most of his life as a CPA. He was a proud U.S. Air Force veteran and a member of the First United Methodist Church. Survivors include his loving wife, Judy Steenbergen Denton, one son, Brock Denton, one daughter, Melody Poston, two stepsons, Chris and Grant Lawrence, 8 grandchildren, Jackson, Allie, and Peyton Denton, Austin, Mia, and Bo Poston, Emily Lewis, Ella Kate Lawrence, and one sister, Juanita Perdue. In addition to his parents, he was preceded in death by a sister, Betty Witherspoon. The funeral service for David Lee Denton will be at 2 o'clock on Saturday afternoon at the First United Methodist Church, burial in the Glasgow Municipal Cemetery. Visitation begins at 11 o'clock Saturday morning and continues until the service hour at the church. Expressions of sympathy can be made in the form of donations to the First United Methodist Church. A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home is in charge. L.Z. Edwin Jessis Jr., that's L.Z. Edwin Jesse Jr., age 87, of Sulphur Well, died Tuesday at his home. Jr., as he was known, was a member of the Sulphur Well United Methodist Church. He served his country in the U.S. Army, was a lifelong farmer, and fixed cars and sold them. He, along with his wife, were the owner-operators of the Autumn Ridge Mobile Home Park in Edmonton. He is survived by his wife of 64 years, Cora Emma London Jesse, one son, Eddie Jesse, and wife Becky of Sulphur Well, a daughter-in-law, Kathy Jesse of Sulphur Well, 6 grandchildren, Autumn Shirley, Megan Jones, Nick, Seth, Josh, and Shanti Jesse, and 10 great-grandchildren also survive. The funeral service for Junior Jesse will be at 2:30 Friday at Butler Funeral Home. Interment to follow in the Smith Cemetery at Sulphur Well. Visitation is from 4 until 8 today and after 9 o'clock on Friday. The family requests donations to be made to the Smith Cemetery at Sulphur Well. Charles Gordon Blair, 86, of Edmonton, died Monday. Mr. Blair was a lifelong farmer and a member of the Wickerville Baptist Church. He is survived by 2 children, Vanessa Yates of Greensburg and Pastor Richard Lee Blair of Smiths Grove. His caregiver, whom the family is very thankful, Libby Burton of Knob Lick, and 10 grandchildren and 12 great-grandchildren. The service for Charles Gordon Blair will be held at noon Friday at Wickerville Baptist Church, burial in the Wickerville Cemetery. Visitation begins today at 1 o'clock at the church. Memorial contributions can be made to the Butler Funeral Home for the Family Burial Fund. Nola Bessie Hawk, age 85, of Munfordville, died Wednesday at Signature Healthcare of Hart County. She was a member of the Bethel Missionary Baptist Church and the Hart County Search and Rescue. She is survived by a daughter, Carol Cox, a grandson, Daniel Cox, 3 sisters, Violet and Geraldine Childress, and Jeanette Sloan, a brother, Jesse Wilkerson. Funeral services for Nola Bessie Hawk will be at 11 o'clock Friday at Seagull Funeral Home, burial in the Leesville Cemetery at Upton. Visitation is tonight from 5 until 8 and after 8 o'clock on Friday. James E. Mills, age 80, of Scottsville, died Tuesday at the Med Center at Bowling Green, a retired employee of Key Stop in Smiths Grove and a member of the Freedom Hill Church and past master of the Oddfellows Lodge, number 851 in Bowling Green. He is survived by his wife of 60 years, Carolyn Bratton Mills, 2 sons, brother Russell Mills and wife Sandy of Scottsville, and Alan Mills and wife Danielle of Auburn, 1 daughter, Kim Riddle, and husband Jimmy of Smiths Grove, 7 grandchildren, Andrew and Brian Riddle, Jennifer Stinson, and husband Jimmy of Smiths Grove, as well as Luke Eaton, Caden Jackson, and Tristan James Mills, and 4 great-grandchildren. The service for James E. Mills will be Friday at 11 o'clock at the Freedom Hill Church with burial in the Kinzer Cemetery. Visitation is from 2 until 8 today and after 7 o'clock Friday at the church. Expressions of sympathy can take the form of donation to the Freedom Hill Church, and those can be made at the Goad Funeral Home. A memorial service for Dr. Richard Vance, age 59, of Horse Cave, will be held at 1 o'clock Saturday at the Horse Cave Baptist Church, with interment to follow in the Horse Cave Municipal Cemetery. Visitation begins Saturday morning at 9 a.m. The Wynn Funeral Home is in charge. A graveside service for Riley Ann Marie Wiggles Smith will be held at the Glasgow Municipal Cemetery at 2:30 tomorrow afternoon. Visitation begins tomorrow morning at 10 at the A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home. Obituary information is available 24 hours a day free at WCLUradio.com and on the WCLU app. No login is necessary.
In my family, I'm the planner. From the weekly grocery list to the family vacation, everything, all the details. Though planning for the end was something I left off my list. Then a friend told me about South Central Kentucky Monuments in Glasgow. She said even though it wasn't on her to-do list, seeing them was one of the best planning decisions she'd ever made. South Central Kentucky Monuments showed her the different options they have available, even an image of the finished monument. And since South Central Kentucky Monuments does all the stone carving in-house, it cost much less than she expected. They made the process easy to create the exact memorial she wanted. So my husband and I made a plan to see them. We are so happy with our decision. We encouraged our family and friends to do the same. It'll be the best planning decision you ever make.
Buy direct and save money at South Central Kentucky Monuments at the corner of East Front Street and Columbia Avenue. Family owned in Glasgow since 2010.
It's important to know you can send unique designs at a price you can afford when you send a design created by Jeff's Country Florist. And if you can't seem to find that one-of-a-kind unique gift, then come see us at Jeff's Country Florist. These great designs and gifts are available for local delivery or in-store pickup. Stop by and browse our showroom at 4911 Scottsville Road in Glasgow. We're open Monday through Friday, 9 till 5, Saturdays, 9 till noon. Let's talk. 270-678-3575. There's only one Jeff's Country Florist.
We know there's a big difference between being in a community and being part of one. That's why we work every day to make a positive impact on thousands of places we call home. McDonald's. Behind our golden arches is a global community of crew, farmers, suppliers, franchises, and countless others who make up who we are as a brand. It's the entire McFamily that makes McDonald's what it is today and what it's been for over 65 years. McDonald's. There's one near you. Come and see us and download the McDonald's app for specials.
And this weather update being brought to you by McDonald's this morning. Let's tell you where we're starting off today. We are starting off at 31 degrees. I really expected it to be a little bit chillier than that, but hey, it's chilly enough as we transition into chilliness, I guess. The forecast calls for some widespread frost to be around till about 10 o'clock this morning. Then it'll become sunny. We'll reach 60 for the high. That will be deceptive because the winds at times this afternoon could gust up to 20 miles an hour. So you can tell a change is a-coming. Tonight, mostly clear. We'll drop down to 38. Friday, sunny, warming up to 72. Friday night, clear and 48. Saturday, sunny and 75. The cold spot this morning at about 5 o'clock when I checked was 22 degrees at Campbellsville. We're at 31 now. In Glasgow, 63% humidity. South winds at 3 miles an hour. Barometers at 30 inches even. We are hanging in here at 638. 31 degrees. Good morning live from WCLU and the Big Willie. Time to get some ag straightened out as the morning's ag report is from Brownfield.
I'm Rhiannon Branch with Ag Headline News on Brownfield. Plant more predictability with Pivot Bio Proven 40. Predictable, productive, weatherproof. Turn to a better nitrogen. Turn to Pivot Bio Proven 40. Learn more at pivotbio.com. U.S. ethanol production hit a 10-week high last week. The U.S. Energy Information Administration says that's because more plants have resumed full production schedules and more recently harvested corn is becoming available. More news coming up on Brownfield.
Hello everyone, this is Joe and Rachel Dotson from Best One Tire in Glasgow.
We wanted to personally thank you for supporting our tire and repair business at 100 Shawn Lane.
Many of our customers come to us for ag and truck tire, but did you know we are capable of serving any size car or pickup?
With over 300 stores behind us, our buying power means we can pass on to you the very best pricing in our area.
We have many tires and tubes in stock and we can do alignments on just about anything that rolls.
I was raised in Metcalfe County. After being away way for a few years, Joe and I brought our family back to the area, and nothing brings us greater pleasure than servicing our neighbors when they are broke down in the field or on the road. We are here for you. We want to help you by taking the stress out of buying your next tires. We will work with any budget, anytime.
Come in and find out why we are the fastest growing tire company in Glasgow. We love this business. We love this town. Pretty soon you will be coming to our new store out on Highway 90 right here in Glasgow.
Best One Tire and Service, creating one raving fan at a time.
As Russia continues its attack on Ukraine, a farmer in the central part of the country is waiting patiently to finish harvest. During the 2022 Borlaug Dialogue in Des Moines, Iowa, Case Housinga says the ongoing war continues to slow food production across the country.
We were supposed to harvest corn close to Kiev, but we can't because these Iranian-made drones launched by Russia are flying over the cornfield we have to harvest for our cows.
He expects the crop to be average despite challenges stemming from Russia's attack. And Channel Technical Agronomist Jeremy Miner says corn and soybean harvest is about halfway complete in southeast Iowa, and he's been a bit surprised by the crop considering the lack of rainfall in his area.
Quality has been really good on both corn and soybeans. Nothing really major to report there. Test weights have been really good, and actually yields overall, I would say for both corn and soybeans, have really been better than expected.
He says that area is 5 to 10 inches below normal for annual precipitation. Rhiannon Branch, Brownfield.
Ugh, why is this thing so slow?
Is your slow computer frustrating, but you don't want to pay the money for a new one? Well, check this out.
Hi, I'm Chris from Apollo PC. Nothing runs better than a new computer. Our refurbished models are practically good as new. Right now, get a complete computer system with monitor, keyboard, mouse, and speakers running Windows 7 for only $300. Or if you prefer a laptop, we have fully refurbished models for only $250. And we wouldn't put the Apollo name on it if they weren't top notch.
Search faster with Apollo PC. Chain Drive in Glasgow next to Sweetheart Bakery.
Let me ask you something. What do you see when you look at your home and your car? Do you see a bundle, a combo deal? That's how other insurance companies see them. But a State Farm agent sees so much more, because a State Farm agent sees your home and your car as more than just 4 walls and 4 wheels. They see the things you've worked really hard for. So why not give them the protection they deserve? Call State Farm agent Mike Bryant in Glasgow at 270-651-3608.
Good morning live. 31 degrees out there, a little bit chilly. Let's talk about some good things coming up. For example, tonight there's a meet and greet for Barron County Magistrate candidates tonight. That's going to be at 6 o'clock. It's going to be at the Lyra B. Mitchell Clubhouse. You'll enjoy seeing the wonderful slate of candidates we have for Magistrate here in Barron County at Lyra B tonight at 6 p.m. It's open to the public. It's absolutely free. Also coming up tonight will be jamming on the porch in Horse Cave at the Thomas House, downtown Horse Cave. You can bring your own acoustic instrument, join in, or stop by for the Bluegrass Jam sessions. Call this number 270-218-0386. And then tomorrow night, the East Barron Fire Department's annual meeting will be held. The public opens up at 6 p.m. Friday night out at East Barron Fire Department. A lot of more stuff coming up. We're going to be sharing it with you as we move forward here on WCLU. But speaking of sharing, we're going to share some memories. Some memories of the past is what I was going to tell you. And this WCLU update of the archives. Where we've been, where we're going. It's brought to you today by your friends at Joseph A. Wade Industrial Hardware Services.
When there's work to be done, you get to it. And Joseph A. Wade Incorporated is here to help. They repair and make hydraulic hoses and repair hydraulic cylinders. If there's a problem, the Joseph A. Wade hydraulic team will help you find a solution. They're also a distributor for Croyle products. Plus, black and orange nitrile gloves are back in stock. Locally owned and operated, Joseph A. Wade Incorporated, here to help since 1985. Located in the curve of Industrial Drive in Glasgow.
Good morning live, WCLU, saying good morning to Mr. Sam Terry here on WCLU and the Big Willie. Sam, how you doing today, sir?
Well, how are you today, Henry?
I think I'm all right. I still can't get over talking to people. We didn't talk yesterday, but people have been chiming in left and right about how wonderful it was to have the Harvest of History back on this past weekend, and it's still being much talked about around here. And I know that you were very much a part of that, and just glad to see that people enjoyed having it back and the effort that it takes to pull it off. So kind of a neat deal to hear it still being talked about. Let's go to the archives 100 years ago, all right? This was the day in the Glasgow Daily Times that this story was printed. The new Cave City Graded and High School building was dedicated by the Board of Trustees, of which C.M. Reynolds is the chairman. The program included several addresses and music presented by the student body and the Cave City Women's Club presentation of 29 volumes of reference books for the school library. Now, you got to know, Sam, that was quite a gift from the Cave City Women's Club, wasn't it?
Oh, certainly. What a great gift.
It has been decided as an afterthought that the old school building will be moved across the street and converted into a gymnasium. Cave City, realizing that her greatest asset is her young life, is catering largely to them and hope to see her young manhood and womanhood respond in a way to show their appreciation. No wise or better investment could be made than an institution of learning which broadens the visions and heights the hope of our future citizenship. Some words of wisdom there from whoever wrote this story in the Glasgow Times in 1922, wouldn't you say?
I would say so. That was a big achievement in 1922 and certainly had a tremendous impact on Cave City and the folks who live there.
Indeed, it was, and things were really rolling good in Cave City there 100 years ago. 1932, the Western Teachers College at Bowling Green, it was announced as the beneficiary of about $15,000 through the payment to the state of $93,926 as inheritance tax by the William Monroe Wright estate. Now, here's the story. Mr. Wright, at the time of his death, was one of Kentucky's richest men and was living on Calumet Farm in Lexington, which he acquired a few years past after retirement from the active management of the Calumet Baking Powder Company, with which he amassed a huge fortune. Calumet Farm is one of the showplaces of the bluegrass. I think that's pretty interesting that this gentleman here, Mr. Wright, left $15,000 to Western Teachers College at Bowling Green here in 1932. In today's dollars, that was huge, wasn't it?
It certainly was, especially in the midst of the Depression, as they were on this day in 1932.
Indeed. This day in 1942, a little gal having a little problem here in 1942, Miss Emmy Lou Miller, the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Lawrence Miller, submitted to a tonsillectomy on Monday morning and is getting along nicely. Of course, we know her as Miss Emmy Lou Dickinson. And her parents, Mr. and Mrs. Lawrence Miller, determined that she needed a tonsillectomy, and she went and got it done here this day in 1942. But I think she recovered nicely, don't you?
I think so.
Albeit she was just down for just a short period of time, I think. 1952, in the Glasgow Times, a big story here about Billy Vaughn. Glasgow's young, up-and-coming composer was featured in an article in the Sunday Courier Journal in connection with the success of his recent songs, especially Trying, which is currently among the top 10 tunes being sung in the nation. Now, I got to tell you, I was able to, got invited to come out and enjoy in the dedication of the new music room at the Glasgow Middle School, where the very talented Casey Page painted a beautiful mural on the wall that was certainly memorializing many of those from our area who have made contributions to music, and as well as other musicians. But 4 members of the Glasgow High School Choir got together and stood up and sang a cappella Trying, which of course was written by Billy Vaughn, but it was performed on the Ed Sullivan Show back in the 50s on television as the Hilltoppers. They really did a nice job of that song, Trying. Now, the story goes on. The son of Mrs. Alvis Vaughn, Billy plays piano for a Bowling Green orchestra and is a member of the Hilltoppers, a quartet from Western State College, which recorded the hit song as well as others. The Hilltoppers appeared on Ed Sullivan's Toast of the Town show Sunday. They're also scheduled for an appearance over the Perry Como radio show on November the 12th. The sensational success of the Hilltoppers and Billy's music is considered as a musical phenomenon, since before trying, none of the quartet had ever done any recording. The song has already sold over 250,000 copies and is rated from 1st to 10th in the popularity in major cities. It's just fun to write good news about hometown folk, isn't it?
It always is, always. And wonderful to stop in at Beulah Nunn Park at the top of the square to view the monument there to Billy Vaughn and see all of those gold records.
That's right.
And the platinum record that he earned.
Certainly a very famous composer, and one that we're proud of right here, for sure. 1962, this story in the Glasgow Daily Times. Candidates for homecoming queen at Glasgow High School included seniors Ruth Annette Garnett and Colleen Doyle, juniors Jean Wells and Linda Willoughby, sophomores Ann Whiteside and Joe Karen Frazier, and freshmen Billy Mae Bellamy and Eddie Williams. Some well-known young ladies there to vie for the homecoming candidacy and the queen in the 1962 homecoming at Glasgow High School. I'm sure it was an exciting time for all those ladies, as well as the entire student body. This day in 1972, Peggy Furlong was the winner of the TV set given away by the Downtown Merchants during Moonlight Madness. Remember Moonlight Madness? What a spooky time it was there. It gets dark, everybody come downtown and shop, you might win a TV, and Peggy Furlong did here in 1972, Sam. 1982, the news was the officers for the Glasgow Kiwanis Club have been announced, and they are going to be David Johnson, president, Everett Baker, the vice president, Ed Pugh, the treasurer, and Dan Lamont, the secretary, and Wayne Angstrom, the president-elect. Is it any question that the Kiwanis Club is strong here in this community to this day because of fine leadership, Sam?
Without a doubt.
1992, this day, the public was invited to get a first-hand look at the newly constructed terminal building out at the Glasgow airport. Airport officials say plans are also in the making to expand the existing 4,000-foot runway to accommodate larger corporate jets, which that did happen, and it was quite the effort to get it done, but it was done. That I remember how that airport terminal out there. I'm just going to say, not being a very well polished air pilot whatsoever, but it kind of went from looking like a hangar to looking like a real airport when they cranked out that new terminal out there at the Glasgow airport in 1992, Sam.
Certainly did. It's a great asset to our community, and one that has taken tremendous amount of work by a lot of people for several decades.
And has made it easier, much easier to get here and to go and come and bring in recruits and the whole thing. This day in 2002, in the Barron County Progress, the First Presbyterian Church celebrated its bicentennial on the 20th day of October in 2002. So this day, it is, what is that going to be, 120 years old today?
I believe that's correct.
That's right. Just doing the math in my head, which is has dangerous results. But nonetheless, certainly a wonderful congregation here and a part of our history for sure. But they were doing this on the 20th of October in 2002. And this day in 2012, it was 10 years ago, there was a big ribbon cutting held at Music Is Me at 302 Reynolds Road. The co-owners are Ben Wells, Matt Shepard, John Lawhon, and Ryan Gorman. Of course, a couple of those fellows here 10 years later were very much involved in the big dedication of the new music room at Glasgow Middle School earlier this week. Matthew Shepard is, of course, the music instructor at Glasgow Middle School, and Ben Wells, one of those who was honored with their big painting of them on the wall, and the middle school choir did a beautiful rendition of one of the songs that Ben has penned as well. So, nonetheless, Here they are in the archives today in the current events from this week. So you
very interesting.
You got to keep up. That's right.
A lot of great news this week.
It has been, and there's a lot of things that sometimes we really like to plug in the rest of the story, and that's what we've been able to do with the archives today. All types of interesting things of the ways we got here and where we were going, and still where we needed to be here on the archives for today. And I'm tickled to death you're with us today, Sam Terry.
Always a pleasure.
Hope you have a good day, sir, and we'll reconvene tomorrow and see exactly where we've been over the last 100 years, courtesy of Joseph A. Wade Industrial Hardware Services. Thank you, sir. Have a good day.
You too, Henry.
The I didn't realize you liked me that way deal. Because it's one thing to receive McDonald's, but an entirely other thing to know that they woke up early to face the world and bring you McDonald's breakfast still hot in the bag.
Appreciate you.
Get 2 of your breakfast favorites for only $5. Crispy chicken biscuit, sausage McMuffin with egg, or sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddles. Only at McDonald's. Limited time only. Prices and participation may vary. Single item at regular price. Cannot be combined with any other offer.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
A message from the South Green Street Church of Christ.
Most of us recognize the power of good habits. Also, we recognize just how difficult it can be to break a bad habit. It takes commitment. It takes work. It takes real effort. So as we consider today what our habits are, I wonder if our habits are similar to those of Jesus. Jesus was in the habit of going to a certain place and regularly praying. He had a habit of prayer, according to Luke 22:39 and 40. Can you say that it's your habit to pray? It's prayer that will help us to prepare for the future, fight temptation, gives us strength. If you're not in the habit of praying, won't you seek to be more like Jesus Christ? Get into the habit of prayer. This is Bart Warren with the South Green Street Church of Christ, and we invite you to come and pray with us.
South Green Street Church of Christ, 306 South Green Street in Glasgow.
Weather from the WCLU Weather Center. Brought to you by South Central Bank.
You work hard for your money, and South Central Bank has created a way to get your money working for you by announcing new CD rates. A 21-month CD with an APY of 3.25% is now available. That's right, a 21-month CD paying 3.25% is available right now from South Central Bank. Need a shorter term? Well, a 9-month CD will pay 2.5% APY. Minimum deposit $500. The power of these CD rates is very impressive. Come into any South Central Bank office today and get your money working for you. Remember FDIC. Penalty for early withdrawal may apply. Here we are sitting steady this morning at 31 degrees. A pleasant feel to it out there. We do have some frost that could form between 8 and 10 o'clock. A sunny day and 60 degrees for the high. But it won't feel 60 degrees all day because the winds are going to gust up to 20 miles an hour. Tonight's going to be clear and 38. Friday sunny and 72. Friday night mostly clear, low of 48. And on Saturday mostly sunny and a high of 75 degrees. Hanging in there at 31 from WCLU Weather, brought to you by the good folks at South Central Bank.
For over 25 years, Window World has provided quality products for homeowners around the country. Every window we sell is custom made for optimal energy efficiency and superior durability. Plus, a vinyl finish means they will never need painting. Just like our windows, entry doors from Window World are made to last, featuring a durable composite frame that will never rot. When it comes time to replace your windows or doors, trust Window World. Call 270-780-9600.
Simply the best for less. Window World.
Chilly mornings mean you need a hot breakfast, and you need a breakfast hot enough to melt sorghum molasses. Whether it's a biscuit, whether it's a big old piece of toast, or however you handle that at your home, handle a sorghum by going to Glasgow Building Supply. Jimmy got a good selection of sorghum molasses when he went back there into the backwoods of Allen County, brought it to his store. Now all you got to do is stop by and pick up a big jar of it and start making the biscuits and making a warm start to the day. It's Glasgow Building Supply, helping you build all the world around. 31E bypass.
Highland Pharmacy on Rogers Road in Glasgow has been a community favorite since 2012, and there's a reason for that. They consistently offer a wide range of customized services, quality care, and a commitment to you. Over-the-counter COVID tests are available and can be billed to most insurance carriers. You can also receive the COVID vaccine at Highland Pharmacy. Register at highland-pharmacy.com. That's highland-pharmacy.com. Highland Pharmacy, a community favorite since 2012.
Little Caesars presents delicious duos like bacon and eggs, spaghetti and meatballs, and of course peanut butter and jelly. Now, Little Caesars brings you a large, hot and ready slices and sticks. A delicious duo featuring 4 slices of pepperoni pizza, together with 8 tasty slices of Italian cheese sticks, plus crazy sauce for only $6. Little Caesars hot and ready slices and sticks is just $6. Available every day when you walk in between 4 and 8 at Little Caesars.
Pizza. At participating locations plus tax. Prices may vary.
Yeah, Little Caesars, they do good. I'm a big fan of those cheese sticks they have out there at Little Caesars, too. It's all good. Check it out today at Little Caesars. Maybe win a pizza by calling in 651-9149, 800-956-1023. That's the direct link to give the answer to this question on trivia for today. All y'all comic book fans out there, listen up. When the Hulk made his debut in the Marvel comic books in the early 1960s, the Hulk was not green. What color was the original Hulk in the original comic books, the Marvel comics in the early 60s? Who knows? And it's not going to look bad if you love comic books in the early 60s. Let's just see. Hello, Trivia.
Brown.
No, it wasn't brown. Trivia.
Blue.
No, it wasn't blue. What color was the Hulk in the comic books originally? Trivia.
Red.
No. Trivia.
Purple.
No. Okay, get your comic books out from the early 60s. The original Hulk, he wasn't green. What color was he? No, that's what he is now, is green, but he wasn't back then. What color was the Hulk?
Gray.
That's it. Who's this speaking?
Bob Harvey.
Bob, how you doing?
Okay, how you doing?
You got any old comic book stash back there with the Hulk?
Yeah, I do.
Is he gray on some of them?
Yeah, I think I have a couple maybe that he was gray in, yeah.
Well, now here's the deal. When the Marvel Comics first came up with the idea of the Hulk, they wanted the Hulk to be green. But they could not, I guess, in the whatever the printing, technical whatever of printing back in 1960, they couldn't have consistent green. Apparently, the Hulk in the comic books have come out a lot of different shades of green, Bob.
Mm-hmm.
And so they gave up on that. They said, well, till we figure out how to do this, we're just going to make the Hulk gray. So that's why in the early days, the Hulk was the gray Hulk.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, now they figured out how to make him green, bright green, just about as green as you ever want a Hulk to be there, Bob.
Yeah.
And nonetheless, you ever get those out? Does it take you back to the old days, does it?
Yes, it does.
I was a big Archie fan. I don't know why. I've always liked music, and it just seemed to me like that would be a good comic book to have.
Yeah, I collected a lot of marbles. I have quite a few, quite a good collection. I'm going to see about selling them someday, I guess.
Yeah. Hey, I think the gray ones might be the most valuable.
Probably, yeah.
Going back to the beginning. Bob, thanks a lot. Hang on. I'll get your address so we can send you this pizza coupon, okay?
All righty.
You have a good day, sir. And hold on. Don't lose those because they're worth something, okay?
Okay.
See you later. Bob Harvey, that's right. The original Hulk in the comic books, he wasn't green. He was gray because they really couldn't get very consistent printing of green back then. And now you know, as Paul Harvey would say, the rest of the story. We'll play tomorrow. Join us, won't you?
Are you in trouble with the IRS? Detaxify is the trusted tax relief solution that has an A+ rating with the BBB, 5-star rating from Google, and specializes in the IRS Fresh Start program.
If you have years of unfiled back tax returns or owe more than $10,000 to the IRS or state, the government has the power to garnish your wages, freeze your bank account, and in some cases, they can now revoke your passport. This is John Zandy, president of Detaxify. Detaxify specializes in the Fresh Start program where we help struggling taxpayers get out of collections or settle their tax debt. If you're being audited, or dealing with threatening letters from the government, you may need professional tax relief representation. My team at Detaxify can stop the tax collectors and stop the threatening letters from the IRS or state. Call me now for a free consultation.
Call now, 800-601-7780. That's 800-601-7780. Detaxify offers a 100% customer satisfaction guarantee. Call now, 800-601-7780. 800-601-7780.
Good morning from Forever Communications, WCLU Glasgow, W276VO Glasgow, WLLI Muffordville, WLYE Glasgow, W253BN Glasgow. Good morning live.
CBS News Brief. President Biden hits the campaign trail today. He's heading to Pittsburgh to talk about issues on voters' minds.
Multiple issues, and they're all important. And we ought to be able to walk and chew gum at the same time.
While there, he'll visit the site of a bridge collapse and promote his infrastructure plan. The U.S., UK, and France accused Iran of selling drones to Russia, a claim that was refuted by the Iranian ambassador to the UN.
Iran categorically rejected unfounded and unsubstantiated claims that Iran has transferred UAVs for the use of the conflict in Ukraine.
Grab a jacket. It's going to be a chilly day today in the southeast.
Below freezing temperatures for a large portion of the southeast. Record low temperatures in the Carolinas down to Florida. Tallahassee probably will get down to the freezing mark.
Right in parts of Florida, 60-degree temps, which is not that cold. That's meteorologist David Parkinson, CBS.
When we lost Frank, we lost a good friend. Father, husband, colleague, and coach. He meant a lot to all of us. Today, we had a chance to tell him that.
When someone close to you passes on, you want to commemorate their life in a special way. That's why individual requests are such an important part of our funeral services. We strive to meet your specific needs for the most fitting service for your loved ones. A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home, a celebration of love.
Injuries and illnesses that require immediate attention can happen anytime, any day of the week. That's why TJ Urgent Care is open daily, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Their team of doctors and nurse practitioners are highly trained in caring for your family's urgent health care needs. With on-site lab, radiology, and pharmacy, TJ Urgent Care provides the ultimate convenience. No appointment is needed, and TJ Urgent Care is open 7 days a week. TJ Urgent Care, located at the TJ Health Pavilion in Glasgow. TJ Urgent Care, total local care.
Well, good day. It's Thursday, October 20th, 30 degrees now, 7:06. Welcome into WCLU News. Broadcasting live from Glasgow, Kentucky. It's great to have you with us today. Several things to go over in the way of news, but first we want to let you know about that weather forecast today. Looks like it is going to be a nice day. Sunny, a high near 60 degrees in south central Kentucky. Mostly clear by the evening, a low around 37. Heading into Friday and then the weekend, highs getting back into the 70s. 73 on Friday, 76 Saturday, and even 77 by Sunday. Looks like the trend will be a warm up over the weekend, and then we'll kind of taper off a little bit at the front end of next week, and by midweek next week, looks like we'll be back into the mid-60s. 2 of the 3 candidates running for mayor in Barron County's second largest city detailed their plans for the city's future at a political forum held Tuesday evening. The Cave City Chamber of Commerce hosted the forum at the Cave City Convention Center. Candidates running for mayor and city council, they were there with about 50 community members. Now, among the mayoral candidates present were Dwayne Hatcher, who's the incumbent, and Letitia Klein, a city council person. J.R. Pointer, he did not participate. Klein described her history in the community as a 1996 graduate of Barron County High School, co-owner of the Dive Bar, and the mother to a 20-year-old son. She also touted her experience as an accountant and communications specialist for several counties.
Experience that's not political. I think if we're going to have a say in how our city is ran and the quality of our life, then we need to elect one of us.
Now, Hatcher, who has served as mayor for 12 years, he described his career as an educator and coach in the Caverna Independent School System, and his family consisting of 6 children. He graduated from Caverna High there in 1966. Now, he touts accomplishments during his tenure as mayor, such as lower tax rates, improved equipment for the police and public works departments, and improving the city budget there.
Government's one purpose, and that's to serve the health, welfare,
and safety of its citizens. To do that the best way you can with the financial position you're in to do that.
Now, the candidates were asked questions from how they might improve the quality of life for city residents to their personal attributes conducive to their leadership. Two themes woven through most of those questions: the future of Cave City and communication with residents. Hatcher admitted most of the ideas that he and Klein share for the city's future are not different. It's just simply the way to get to those ideas.
We're all working, trying to progress.
Now, Klein says she believed gentrification would help Cave City because of the many underutilized properties there. She also advocated for mixed-use properties, which are those with dual purposes, such as storefronts with apartments above them. The candidates agreed more personnel should be hired to handle duties across the city government, such as code enforcement and grant writing. The current code enforcement officer there, he's not been able to fulfill his duties due to health reasons, according to both of those candidates.
We need to have our citizens so proud of where they live that it hurts that they want to just tell everyone about it. And you do that by civic pride. And nothing kills civic pride more than empty buildings, broken sidewalks, and unattended for streets.
Former resident of 25 years, Chris Summers, he moderated that forum. You can watch an archive of it at Cave City Chamber of Commerce Facebook page. Well, get this, county magistrates updated on Tuesday about the state of the ARPA committee. That's the American Rescue Plan Act committee. They say about 955 requests for health care premium pay were submitted to county government over the last 2 months. Now, the Barron Fiscal Court voted to allocate $2 million toward the Barron County health care sector after it received funding from the American Rescue Plan Act. Half of that funding, it was earmarked for premium pay to incentivize those who worked during the height of the pandemic. Those initial $929.37 payments, they went out to 1,043 people in early 2022. Magistrates revisited the matter in July this year after several local health care employees said they hadn't received any premium pay. The deadline to submit those applications was closed October 11th. Now, Krista Steenbergen, who works with the county under contract, was retained about a year ago to advise the county regarding the ARPA dispersals. Her contract was renewed through February at the October 18th meeting of the fiscal court. That was just this week. Now, Magistrate Trent Riddle, who's the chairperson of the county's ARPA committee, he says Steenbergen was still reviewing applications at the time. Each of them, they must be verified. She says that she is pretty much just playing phone tag, as she put it, with providers trying to verify employment that's on those applications. Details, they're expected to be finalized by the next fiscal court meeting, which is November 15th. 31 students are candidates for 2022 Homecoming Queen at Western Kentucky University. The 2022 Queen will be crowned Saturday, October 29th, during halftime of the WKU football game versus North Texas at Houchens Industries, LT Smith Stadium. Kickoff is set for 2:30 p.m., and one of Glasgow's own is a Homecoming Queen candidate. Taylor Murphy, she's the daughter of Stephen and Regina Murphy. She's an elementary education major, and she's sponsored for Homecoming by Alpha Gamma Delta, Delta Tau Delta, and Sigma Alpha Epsilon. And we understand from a news release with the university, this year's Homecoming theme is Nightmare on Normal Street. Queen candidates, they'll participate in activities during Homecoming week, including a fall social on Sunday, an interview on Tuesday, a banquet on Wednesday, a volunteer experience on Thursday, and the Homecoming Parade and Big Red's Roar on Friday. WKU students, they'll be casting their votes for Queen in online balloting on Monday. You can find a complete listing of those Homecoming Queen candidates at our website, WCLUradio.com. And don't forget about things going on in our community. We have a lot of things going on this time of the year. Several trick-or-treating opportunities coming up even this weekend, and especially next weekend, because Halloween will be that next Monday. Keep that all in mind, and be sure to download the WCLU Radio app to receive those updates, to receive information, and find all of that there at your fingertips. 7:13, it's 30 degrees. We'll be right back.
The seasons change, and so does the selection at Hurt Auto Sales, but it's the best time of the year to be up here buying vehicles. Bobby Lee Hurt's going to explain that to you.
That's right, Henry. We just got in a 2015 Cadillac SRX, nice SUV. only $17,900. A 2015 Kia Soul, red in color, sharp looking right as well, $15,900.
People love those, don't they?
They are, and they get great gas mileage. Got an 06 Mercedes CXL 500, only $9,900. And the 04 GMC Envoy, four-wheel drive, local trade as well, only $6,900.
That's going to be a great vehicle to go into the winter with, isn't it?
It most certainly is, Henry.
So this is Hurt Auto Sales. Put it down in your GPS and pull up here, 621 West Main Street. You'll see what a great place it is to buy your next vehicle. In fact, it's probably already out here waiting for you.
That's right. We've got lots to choose from, Henry.
And we've got the motto in place, too, which is
no pain when you trade with Hurt.
Healthcare changes all the time, but at Hatchet Home Medical, we're a consistent friend to help you navigate the road to good health. We are your headquarters for all types of equipment and supplies to let you recuperate at home, and we keep up with all the changes. So let us file the paperwork for insurance reimbursement. Hatchet Home Medical's huge showroom and warehouse on Park Avenue in Glasgow lets us stock what you need, and our trained technicians are courteous and helpful when setting up and instructing you or your caretakers. We feature a 24-hour on-call phone number to help in emergencies. And remember, all healthcare professionals, Hatchet's Home Medical has the area's largest selection of nurses' uniforms and supplies, featuring the best of name brands. Whether you need a wheelchair, walker, hospital bed, or other assistive device, the name to remember is Hatchet Home Medical in the Park Avenue Shopping Center in Glasgow. Phone 651-9551.
You work hard for your money, and South Central Bank has created a way to get your money working for you by announcing new CD rates. A 21-month CD with an APY of 3.25% is now available. That's right, a 21-month CD paying 3.25% is available right now from South Central Bank. Need a shorter term? Well, a 9-month CD will pay 2.5% APY. Minimum deposit $500. The power of these CD rates is very impressive. Come into any South Central Bank office today and get your money working for you. Remember FDIC. Penalty for early withdrawal may apply.
Welcome back into WCLU Local News here on this Thursday, 7:15. Now it's 30 degrees. Thank you for joining us this morning. Several things to go over. Again, that weather forecast one more time for you. Sunny skies and a high near 60 degrees here in south central Kentucky today. Really, really exciting because it is nice weather. A little bit of a chill in the air, but we are going to have that warm up this weekend. 9 eastern Kentucky counties will receive a total of $24.4 million in funding for economic development projects. Democratic Governor Andy Beshear and Republican U.S. Representative Harold Hal Rogers made the announcement Wednesday. Now, the governor's office says funding from the Abandoned Mine Land Economic Revitalization Program. It will assist 11 projects. Those projects are expected to retain or create more than 200 jobs, train 300 Kentuckians, and serve more than 100,000 people through tourism, infrastructure development, or training opportunities. The projects there in Clay, Elliott, Floyd, Knox, Letcher, Magoffin, Martin, McCreary, and Wolfe counties. A federal judge has given preliminary approval to a settlement that would provide more than $1 million to workers at a meat processing plant in Tennessee. That was the subject of an immigration raid in 2018. The Southern Poverty Law Center and National Immigration Law Center said at the time the raid was the largest workplace raid in nearly a decade. The plaintiffs, approximately 100 workers who were detained during that raid, alleged that U.S. Department of Homeland Security and Internal Revenue Service officers, they illegally targeted them. And finally today, the Biden administration on Wednesday awarded $2.8 billion in grants to build and expand domestic manufacturing of batteries for electric vehicles in 12 states. A total of 20 companies will receive grants for projects to extract and process lithium, graphite, and other battery materials, manufacture components, and strengthen U.S. supply of critical minerals. The announcement, it comes as the administration seeks to boost production and sales of electric vehicles as a key part of President Joe Biden's strategy to slow climate change and build up U.S. manufacturing. A sweeping climate and healthcare law passed in August includes several provisions to boost electric vehicles, including tax credits for EV buyers worth up to $7,500. And we do want to make a note for folks wondering who's running this year in the local election. We do have that. We will be bringing you that information, of course, as a reminder, but we do want to encourage you as well. The Barron County Clerk's Office, on their website, they have a lot of information there about where to vote, who's running, and the ballot even. The sample ballot is linked there. So you can find all that information there at the Barron County Clerk's Office website. But for the folks that want to listen here on the air, we'll be bringing that to you as well here this week. Just keep that in mind. 7:18, it's 30 degrees, Thursday, October 20th. Have a great day.
Get more for your Medicare dollar, Bowling Green, with a $0 premium Medicare Advantage plan from United Healthcare. With a United Healthcare Medicare Advantage plan, it's easier than ever to get more for your Medicare dollar, including better than ever dental, vision, over-the-counter, and prescription drug coverage. Take advantage. Call United Healthcare today at 1-888-CALL-UHC. That's 1-888-CALL-UHC. Benefits, features, and/or devices vary by plan and area. Limitations and exclusions apply.
The "I didn't realize you liked me that way" deal. Because it's one thing to receive McDonald's, but an entirely other thing to know that they woke up early to face the world and bring you McDonald's breakfast still hot in the bag.
Appreciate you.
Get 2 of your breakfast favorites for only $5. Crispy chicken biscuit, sausage McMuffin with egg, or sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddles. Only at McDonald's. Limited time only. Prices and participation may vary. Single item at regular price. Cannot be combined with any other offer.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Good morning, live, WCLU. It is 7:19, 30 degrees. Temperature's going the wrong way. Maybe that's why they say we could still have a little bit of frost here between 8 and 10 o'clock this morning. We love having company, and we certainly are tickled to welcome to the radio and to the TV here on WCLU and the Big Willie on the EPB6 and on the Facebook Live. We have Miss Sonia Davis. Sonia is with Barron County Schools. She is the district coordinator for the after-school programs, etc. How did I do on that, Sonia?
You did great on that.
Okay, because I know you have several different titles because you wear a lot of different hats, and I think it's important for everybody to realize that you have a lot of stuff to take care of. Today we're going to talk about some. Actually, it's so timely that you're here today, Sonia, because today is Lights On After School Day. Lights On After School Day is the 20th of October of 2022. And I have very little more information on that because I'm going to try to learn from you when you tell me what Lights On After School is, Sonia.
Lights On After School is where we celebrate. It's our day. Like everybody has their day now. That is our day to show everybody our lights on and after school because we are there after everybody leaves.
Okay.
We turn our lights on and we are there for all the community so that if you need a place for your child to come, we are there for them.
So when the school day ends, that doesn't mean the services that you all provide end. You're taking care of the youngsters and the lights are on after school for whatever is needed, correct?
That is correct. We are there for the community.
What kind of, just give me a couple examples of what sort of things you might cover as Lights On After School goes on.
Basically what we're going to do, well, we're actually celebrating today. So we're very, very excited. Each one of our after school programs is celebrating our Lights On and After School. I'm not going to give you a lot of details because we're going to send it out tomorrow in a big, but I will tell you there's going to be some glow dances.
Okay, all right.
There's,
well, don't give away any details.
Yeah.
I'm just curious, you know.
And all of our lights are you're going to see all of our schools tomorrow lit up in a Facebook post and some different things that we're putting out to the community.
I'm going to be checking that out, Sonia.
You check that out.
Now, let's stay with the topic of after school. Let's talk about what you all have going on with Barron Beyond the Bell in Barron County Schools.
Barron Beyond the Bell. We have so many different services that we offer the community. We actually are at every elementary school. We offer different levels, like if you need to pick your kid up at 3:30, we have pick up at 3:30, we have pick up at 4:30, and we have pick up at 5:30.
Okay.
Some of our schools are federal grant schools, and some of our schools are licensed child care facilities. So depending on which school you're at, you will be under one of those categories.
Okay.
Our federal grant schools are a free after-school program, which is absolutely great.
Mm-hmm.
Our other schools are licensed childcare, which if you need assistance, we have the state assistance program that will help you out with that as well.
We haven't gotten to the third thing that you're going to talk about, but I want to, on these first two, how do I find out more about it? Where's the best place to go to find out what Sonia's talking about?
You can actually go to Barron County Schools website and go under After School Services,
Okay.
and you will find all of our information out there, or you could give me a call.
Okay.
And I will give you my phone number. A lot of people have my phone number.
Right.
But you can actually call the board and ask for Sonia Davis, and they will get you to me ASAP.
Okay. Well, see, that's good to know because some of these things, well, I say go to the website and you break it down by school, don't you?
Yes.
And by day parts and
Yes.
times and all that
Yes.
sort of stuff,
Yes.
too. So if I've got a child at a certain school and I need to know the times that this person can get care, it'll be outlined
It will
right
be
there.
outlined on our webpage.
But I think there's a lot of people that don't even know that you all offer any types of this 21st century programming beyond the bell, things of that nature.
That is true. We're the best kept secret in Barron County.
Well, let's talk about another one too, okay? Because when I was prepping for the interview with Sonia today, I got a little twinkle in her eye when we talked about the Trojan Way Child Care. Now, what in the world is Trojan Way Child Care, Sonia?
We have got the opportunity to open up a Trojan Way Child Care, which is for 2, 3, and 4-year-olds.
Mm-hmm.
It is our child care facility, and we are a licensed child care facility, and we are a 4-star facility, which is by the state.
That's a big deal. You know, to be a licensed child care facility, there's a lot of hoops to jump through, isn't there?
Yes, there is. Yes, there is. We would love you to come by and check us out. We'll take you on tours. We would just love for you to give us a call and just let us show you what we've got there. We have a great facility, and we have great teachers.
Well, those are two wonderful things to know. Now, if I want to find out about the child care facility, I'm sure there's certain things you have to do to be considered and certain things you have to do to sign up and availabilities.
Yes.
It requires a pretty good discussion. How do they do that? Do they call the office and ask for you on that one too?
They can call the office and ask for me on that one too.
Okay.
And it's actually on our Barron County website as well.
Okay.
So you can actually get us on that. Yes, just call and ask for me, and I will get you the information that you need, and I will get you where you need to go.
Well, there was once a time when school was like a 7:30 to 3 thing. That's a long time ago, isn't it?
Yes, we are actually open till 5:30. Our child care facility with our littles is open till 6:30.
Okay.
We're open at 6 to 6:30 every day.
I like that term, the littles. But there's no question about who you're talking about. Those little ones down there at the Trojan Way Child Care, for sure. And I guess you have to check in on them from time to time,
Yes, I
don't you?
do.
And
Yep.
that's where that little smile comes from.
It does.
'Cause
It does.
I'm sure the cutest can be 2, 3, and 4, right?
Yes.
Okay, so the first thing, if I am a parent, really want to take advantage of some of these things that the after-school programs and the coordinator, Sonia Davis, take care of, I'm just going to call the central office today and ask to speak to Sonia Davis.
That is correct.
And then the next thing I know, they'll be hooking us up straight to your telephone, and they'll be ready. Is there a better time to call than not, Sonia?
Our hours, but I can actually give my cell phone number out if
Okay.
anybody would like to have that.
All right.
It's 606-217-1066, and you can text me anytime.
See, that's pretty big. That's a good service right there if you're willing to put that phone number out there so people can call you. 606-217-1066. You'll get
Yes.
Sonia Davis. She is the district coordinator for the after-school programs, which continue to expand, continue to be, I guess the word I'm looking for is you continue to hone them into the meets the needs, because I'm sure, like everything else in this world, the needs change as time goes on. You just can't use one that might have been designed in 1974 and it's getting the job done this year, is it?
And I would like to say with our child care facility for our littles, it's open to our whole community.
Okay. All right. So, like, if you don't have a student in school yet, but the child care facility is open for those, as you say, littles.
Yes.
Okay. All right, Sonia. We know how to find you, and we know what you're into. What else do we need to talk about?
I think that pretty much covers it.
Well, let's see. There's some important buzzwords here. The lights on after school. Be looking for that particular thing to happen, because this is the day that it happens, and they'll be sending out some more information on that. Barron Beyond the Bell. I think it's wonderful you do this, and it's apparently you've got good communication so that folks can check in and know what's going on where. And then, of course, the Trojan Way, the Littles, the child care. Thank you for being here today, Sonia. These are three great services that the Barron County Schools are offering to the entire community, it sounds like.
Thank you so much for having us.
Now what we got to do is make Sonia's phone ring.
That's right.
And we'll get busy on that, okay? Thank you so much for being here today. We appreciate you being here and appreciate what you do and what the Barron County school system does for our community. It's very exciting to see how things change and see how y'all stay on top of it, okay?
Thank you so much.
Have a good day. It's 728 WCLU and 30 degrees.
If your bank refers to you as next, if your bank's loan conditions need you to
close all other accounts, consolidate to us.
If your bank tries to sell you things when you just want to make a deposit.
We have this great new product that only charges 5% interest.
And if your bank charges you fees just to
next.
You know what? Just switch.
At Monticello Bank, they make banking better. Low fees, low rates, the freedom to open a loan without closing all other lines of credit. Monticello Bank. So much better. Visit mbcbank.com or call 270-659-0080.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Highland Pharmacy on Rogers Road in Glasgow has been a community favorite since 2012, and there's a reason for that. They consistently offer a wide range of customized services, quality care, and a commitment to you. Over-the-counter COVID tests are available and can be billed to most insurance carriers. You can also receive the COVID vaccine at Highland Pharmacy. Register at highland-pharmacy.com. That's highland-pharmacy.com. Highland Pharmacy, a community favorite since 2012.
It is 7:29 on WCLU. We got Banking on Business coming up here just in a second. But before we get into Banking on Business, I want to remind you it's 30 degrees, and we're patting on the back today by special request, Jessica Jolly. Jessica is celebrating her 29th birthday today, and I have failed to remind you that we're patting her on the back today. So if you happen to see Jessica Jolly around town today, the big thing to do is to pat her on the back, wish her a happy 29th birthday, and remind her that she is indeed as good as gold from WCLU and a little taste of Texas, where they put on a show, they put on a great meal, and put on a great celebration regardless of what you are celebrating. It's 7:30 on WCLU Good Morning Live. Time for Banking on Business today, brought to you by the People's Bank.
This is Terry Bunnell, President of the People's Bank. What does community banking mean to you? We believe that people like and appreciate the support and friendliness that a community bank offers. The People's Bank provides one-on-one service, where our goal is to ensure that your banking needs are met. The People's Bank is here for you. Get the banking you deserve today. People's Bank, working for you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. This is Terry Bunnell with the People's Bank, and welcome to another segment of Banking on Business. This morning I'm with Diana Pierce. We're at Back Home General Store, 113 Parkview Drive in Glasgow. Welcome to today's program.
Thank you, Terry, for having me.
It's great to be in the general store.
Thank you. Thank you.
I mean, when I say the general store, it is definitely a general store.
It is. We have a wide variety of products.
There's a little bit of everything in here.
Exactly. There is. We have home decor. Okay. We have gifts. We have some vintage finds sprinkled in.
Right. And as I was walking around the store this morning, I mean, you know, I saw all the candles and you say the clothing you've got and just whatever anybody needs, like you say, for home decor, it's here. And I see a lot of brands that I don't know, but they're brands that other people I'm sure are aware of.
Right, right. We carry the Howard's finishing products for antiques and wood, since we love those.
Right.
We have Candleberry candles.
Okay.
We have Green Mountain coffee, just to name a couple.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, and that's the thing about this is when you talk about the name, the general store, it's so general. So you decorate. I see a basket in here where you put tobacco in for years ago, and you should have tobacco baskets and that hanging on the wall here. And you've got a lot of Glasgow. A lot of merchandise has Glasgow, Kentucky on it.
Yeah, we have that Glasgow pride.
Yeah.
I'm very proud of our area in Barron County, so we are trying to incorporate that into our store as much as we can.
Yeah. Now, you've got a special event coming up next week.
We do. We have our grand opening and ribbon cutting ceremony next Tuesday.
Okay. And you want to invite people out to that? What time does that start?
Absolutely. We start at 10 o'clock, and we're going to stay open a little later that day, so we're here 10 to 5.
Okay.
We have 2 food trucks that are going to be here.
Right.
We have Taste Buds and Ken Tacos that are going to be with us that day as well.
Well, that sounds like a lot of fun, just to come out and be a part of that, but then to come in the store and shop and look around.
Yeah, maybe get a head start on some Christmas items.
That's exactly right. Now, tell us a little bit about you. You got staff that works with you here?
Mainly it's me.
Okay.
I do have a friend who's helping me out a little bit along the side.
Right.
So for the most part, it's me.
Oh, fantastic. Well, I mean, we're looking forward to you getting open. I mean, you're open right now, but the big event is coming up on the 25th.
Right.
Right. 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock. Our hours are Wednesday through Saturday.
Okay.
Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, we're here 10 to 4. And on Saturday, we're here 10 to 2.
10 to 2. Okay. We want to invite people out again. Shop right now, but especially come out on the 25th to enjoy all the festivities with that.
Yeah.
It's going to be a fun day.
I hope so. Thank you.
Yeah. We appreciate you watching and listening this morning to another segment of Banking on Business. Being with Diana Pierce here at Back Home General Store on Parkview Drive. You've got to come out. You're not going to be disappointed. Come in the store, seeing all the merchandise she has, and especially coming out on Tuesday the 25th to be a part of her grand opening. Going to be a fun time, and won't you come out and help her celebrate the opening here. Again, thanks for watching and listening this morning.
Washers from Vortex, plus engine repair if you need it, and rock and mulch when you're ready to liven up your landscaping. To put your go into gear, get your own ATV or side-by-side UTV from KY Power Sports. And for those who know life is best enjoyed on the water, KY Power Sports Outdoor and Marine in Glasgow carries personal watercraft and power boats. When it comes to everything outdoors, see new owner John Dial and make it happen at the new locally owned KY Power Sports Outdoor and Marine, 402 South L. Rogers Wells Boulevard in Glasgow.
From tailgate parties to busy weeknights, the flavor experts at Omaha Steaks have made it easy to savor all the flavors of fall with their mouth-watering assortments of perfectly aged steaks, ultra-juicy burgers, and easy-to-prepare comfort meals that are ready in a flash. Right now, take advantage of 50% off site-wide by shopping their semi-annual sale. This sale only happens twice a year, and it's on now with 50% off delicious customer favorites. And when you use promo code SIZZLE at checkout, take an additional $30 off of your order. Don't wait. Go to omahasteaks.com, enter SIZZLE at checkout, and stock up on fall flavor today. Omaha Steaks is perfect for those chilly and busy fall nights, with entrees ready before the kids can say, "What's for dinner?" Omaha Steaks isn't just steak. It's the best steak of your life, guaranteed. That's omahasteaks.com, code SIZZLE at checkout. Minimum order may be required.
All right, I am looking at 7:36, looking at the thermometer is at 31 degrees. Next thing on my list of things to do is to tell you who's celebrating birthdays today. Let me tell you about this fella. His grandmama called up to wish him a happy birthday. It is Douglas Allen Robertson. Douglas Allen Robertson, happy birthday, sir. Connor Burge is 24 today. Sarah Smith Martin celebrates. Tristan Hurt. Kelly Kinslow, It's Jessica DeVazier. That's right, our very own Jessica DeVazier, who from time to time you hear her answering the phone around here. Well, she's having a big birthday today. Renee Johnson, Stephanie Mosley. It's Tyler Pursley. Tyler, by the way, is 14 today. Brittany Billingsley Taylor. Jessica Jolly is 29. Nicole Reed has a birthday today, too. 651-9149, 800-956-1023. And online, we're looking at you at WCLUradio.com. Coming up next hour, we're going to give away a Dairy Queen birthday cake. And next hour, we're going to give away a rose from Greer's Florist. Now, we're only going to give it away to names of people who are on this list. So maybe you can be like the people calling in here right now at 651-9149 or 800-956-1023 and get the names on the list, because we can't, certainly there's no way to win if your name's not on the list. So call in and get that going, and we'll certainly look forward to seeing who's going to win today. 32 degrees now.
Are you in trouble with the IRS? Detaxify is the trusted tax relief solution that has an A+ rating with the BBB, 5-star rating from Google, and specializes in the IRS Fresh Start program.
If you have years of unfiled back tax returns or owe more than $10,000 to the IRS or state, the government has the power to garnish your wages, freeze your bank account, and in some cases, they can now revoke your passport. This is John Zandy, president of Detaxify. Detaxify specializes in the Fresh Start program, where we help struggling taxpayers get out of collections or settle their tax debt. If you're being audited or dealing with threatening letters from the government, you may need professional tax relief representation. My team at Detaxify can stop the tax collectors and stop the threatening letters from the IRS or state. Call me now for a free consultation.
Call now, 800-601-7780. That's 800-601-7780. Detaxify offers a 100% customer satisfaction guarantee. Call now, 800-601-7780. 800-601-7780.
A word from Danny Wyatt.
Good morning, friends. At 1 Peter 2:9, we're told that Christians are God's own possession. God loves you today simply because he's chosen to do so. He loves you when you don't feel worthy. He loves you when no one else does. Other people may hate you, abandon you, divorce you, or ignore you, but God will love you always, no matter what. God will never give up on you. When Peter worshipped him at the supper and cursed him at the fire, Jesus never gave up on him. So the next time doubt and despair walk into your life, remember the cross. It's there that this promise is written in holy blood. God would give up his only son before he would give up on you. That being true, shouldn't we determine to follow him all the more closely? Shouldn't we determine to come to him without delay? If we have strayed, shouldn't we determine to return to the fellowship of the church for which Jesus died? Jesus is Lord. That's the sum of the gospel. Do we believe it? This is Danny Wyatt for the Refuge Church of Christ.
All right, I got to punch up the button right here because we got the one and only Bobby Lee Hurt on the air with us. Bobby Lee is the proprietor of Hurt Auto Sales, located at 621 West Main Street here in Glasgow. Bobby Lee is inviting you to come up there to Hurt Auto Sales today and test drive a defroster. You can do that,
That's
can't
right.
you?
Most certainly can. We'll make sure the defroster's working on every one we have.
Yeah, I think it's kind of neat. Go up there and see how fast they get hot.
That's right. We'll turn it wide open, Henry.
Yeah, I know. That's how you operate up there. You want it to be good. That's what you want people to come up there and see what these vehicles you have for sale will actually do. And I want to hear what's new on the lot up there too.
Just in, Henry, an 07 Hummer H3. Got the 4-wheel drive, sunroof, loaded up, white with black leather interior. Price for only $10,900.
Yeah, and if you're reading the tea leaves or counting the bark on a tree somewhere, thinking it's going to snow crazy, get this Hummer and don't worry about it.
That's right. It'll go through all kinds of snow and mud.
That's right. Yes.
Got a 2011 BMW X3. Just got this one in. It's a small SUV, light blue in color, sunroof, leather as well, loaded up with extras. Price for just $14,900.
Bobby's most wanted BMWs, and when you find one, you are happy about it, and so happy it sounds to me like you got this thing bottomed out price-wise.
We most certainly do, Henry. It's a good buy. It won't last long, we hope.
Okay, all right. We'll see.
And speaking of nice rides, got an 07 Ford Crew Cab Sport Track, a little four-door truck. Price for just $8,900.
Okay. Well, that's a great price on that.
Local trade, good-looking truck, black with kind of a tan inside, but it's a sharp-looking ride, makes somebody a fine automobile.
I bet it runs out good, too, doesn't it?
It most certainly does, Henry. Runs out the best. It sure does. Okay?
So you've been, you've sort of, people tell us that good pre-owned vehicles are hard to find, but you're kind of like Jimmy Holloway and that sorghum molasses, because you know where to go looking, don't you?
That's right. Hey, whatever it takes.
You know where
that's hard to beat. Sorghum molasses is hard to beat as well.
That's right. But you know how to. In other words, you know where you can go find vehicles that people might like to own and get them back here for people to look at. It's. I'm sure you got a lot of customers that just kind of come up there every couple of days just to see what's new.
We do have. We get a lot of drive-throughs just to see what's new. If they see something they like, they come in and sit a spell, and a lot of times leave in a different vehicle.
Well, I think
that's what we like.
Yeah, that's it. That's just a pleasant place to hang out up there at Hurt Auto Sales. It's located at 621 West Main Street. You can find it right there at the foot of Standpipe Hill. You can type it in on the GPS, and it'll pull you right in. And you will feel welcomed with that big hot light sign, the red fluorescent sign that's lit up, and the actual words that it says as we speak are...
No pain when you trade with Hurt.
Bobby Lee, you have a good day, sir, and make it happen, okay?
Thank you, Henry.
Thank
you also.
Thank you. Bye.
The new iPhone 14 Pro is here with the most advanced iPhone display ever, and the place to get it is at T-Mobile. Now you can take your iPhone beyond with coverage that goes beyond.
You're really having fun over there. Have you been streaming Ted Lasso this whole time?
Yeah, I got the new iPhone 14 Pro at T-Mobile, and Apple TV Plus is included with our plan. It has an amazing display, so all the shows look fantastic.
Nice, but we're almost to the airport. You better download the rest of it.
No need. T-Mobile's got me covered with unlimited in-flight Wi-Fi, so I can stream all flight long. I'm catching up on the morning show next.
I'm going to make a quick stop.
Wait, where are we going?
I'm going to T-Mobile.
Switch to T-Mobile and get the new iPhone 14 Pro on us with eligible trade-in on the Magenta Max plan. With nationwide coverage and Apple TV Plus included, take your iPhone experience beyond with T-Mobile.
With 24 monthly bill credits plus tax for well-qualified customers. Contact us before canceling service to continue remaining bill credits or credit stop and balance on required finance agreement is due. Apple TV Plus on us up to $4.99 value. In-flight Wi-Fi on select U.S. airlines were available. See T-Mobile.com for details.
I'm Michael Hale, and I've had the honor of serving Barron County by helping it grow for the past 8 years as your county judge executive. In 2021 alone, we helped create 892 new jobs by supporting small businesses and expanding local companies. We also implemented a tax cut to assist our citizens in paying for a price increase of gas, food, and rent. I intend to keep Barron County thriving by keeping the interest of the people at heart. I humbly ask for your vote this November so we can continue to do great things for Barron County.
Paid for by Michael Hale.
Protect your investment in your clothes and your image by having your clothes professionally dry cleaned at Key Cleaners in Glasgow. The Catron family has years of experience in caring for the most delicate of garments, as well as drapes and shears, spreads and comforters, with convenient hours of 6:45 to 5:30 Monday through Friday and Saturday 8 till 1. Key 1-hour cleaners, Happy Valley Road, Glasgow, where we accept Visa and MasterCard.
32 degrees, WCLU, live and locally yours this morning. Let me get the Tidbit News singers up here.
From the north, south, east, west, NEWS, here's the latest news.
All right, James Coates has arrived.
Good morning.
Came in the back door.
I did.
And
no, the front door.
I'm sorry, it was one of those doors. I can't, depends on what direction I'm sitting. And we've got Brendan Crane in the newsroom up here this morning. Busy
here.
boy up there. And really, I want to go straight to James because before we get into the Opry clue and before we get into Tidbit News, there's a big, and of course, James is the consummate gospel disc jockey.
Oh, yeah.
And we want you to come and hear some of the finest gospel groups from Kentucky and Tennessee at the 2022 Kentucky State Gospel Singing Convention. James, this is the state convention.
It is.
Coming up at the Cave City Convention Center Friday and Saturday of this week. It starts at 6 p.m. each evening. And, of course, we know where the Cave City Convention Center is located. Now, this is the 76th anniversary of the state gospel singing. It features trios and quartets with styles of Christian music that include Southern and country gospel.
Hard to beat.
6 o'clock on Friday night and Saturday night at the Cave City Convention Center. They don't give us, and I'm sure it's probably a reason for that, but, you know, there's probably a lot of entertainers that you've heard of coming to that for sure.
Oh yeah, a lot of talent.
You gonna perform in it at all?
If they have bluegrass, I might show up.
Okay, well,
no, but I love Southern gospel. I'm a huge fan.
Really, I mean, you know, you spend a whole lot of it, and people that listen to this radio station love the gospel
I'm
music
glad
you play. And but hey, if you don't want to do that, then did you bring your bass fiddle with you?
Not today.
Jamming on the Porch is tonight at 6 o'clock.
Too cold to get it out.
At the Thomas House in downtown Horse Cave. Bring your instrument and join in. You know, it'd be kind of cool. So, it'd be like celebrity bass player.
I'd like to bring it in sometime.
Yeah,
It was just
bring it to Horse Cave. Gospel, not gospel, but well, it could be gospel. But jamming on the porch. Okay, all right. So now let's get over here. The third thing for you to do, James, is to give us clue number 2.
Are you ready for this?
I am.
Clue 2. Here we go. I don't hear anything. Okay, where's my intro?
Opry clue number 2.
The meters over here are smoking.
Yeah, in here too. You know, on Friday, the clue usually is a dead giveaway.
Yeah?
I think today's clue is a dead giveaway.
All right, let's
and
see.
tomorrow.
Well, I'm not going to answer it, even if it is a dead giveaway.
All right, I gave you clue number 1 yesterday. Here's clue 2. I'll give you the final clue tomorrow, and then you're somebody a chance to win to go to Opry down in Nashville. This artist first achieved multi-platinum status in the music industry as lead singer and rhythm guitarist for the band Hootie and the Blowfish, and have sold more than 25 million records worldwide.
All right.
Okay, that's it.
So that's a pretty good clue.
That's a good clue.
I can't wait to hear what tomorrow's clue is.
that pretty much wrapped it up probably for most folks right there. So
anyway, I can see Brendan's up there. He's still thinking on it.
Well, I cheat every week.
Yeah, I know.
He peeps at my notes.
I honestly tried. In
case somebody asks you, you know.
I tried. Well, no, I don't tell. I don't reveal.
Okay.
And
out of me.
And also, I don't come up with these clues. These are sent to us from the Opry.
Yeah, well,
so
it's all right.
We just read them.
It's all right. I mean, they know who they're inviting to come down there.
That's right. It's going to be fun.
All right. So there we got it. We got the Bluegrass State Convention. We got, jamming on the porch, the Opry clue, and now I got a couple of tidbit stories for you.
All right.
This one I've seen everywhere, so you might have heard it, but it's just one of those, I've seen it written all different kind of ways. Dateline, Springfield, Massachusetts. This gives new meaning to a police sting operation. Have you heard about this? In this case, it's a citizen who is accused of putting a sting on police. This is a woman in Massachusetts, and she is facing multiple assault and battery charges after police say she released a swarm of bees on sheriff's deputies.
Oh, my goodness.
The deputies were trying to serve an eviction notice on a home when they were met by protesters. One of the protesters is 55-year-old Rory Woods. She showed up with beehives on a trailer. That is this lady thought it through. She took the cover off of one of the beehives, causing hundreds of bees to swarm forth. Some law enforcement officials were stung, including 3 who were allergic to bees.
Oh, no.
Ms. Woods has pleaded not guilty at her arraignment and is now free on bail.
How can you be not guilty?
I don't know, but there's one another story that I saw on another news wire. She's actually charged with, if I can find it here.
Excuse me?
I don't know.
What was that?
That was my impression of a beehive. I don't know. Front door to hotel. I don't have it. I didn't bring the whole story with me. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
Scratch that.
Well, I do have one for you today.
Okay.
And this one is really terrible. But anyway, so the worker behind
But
the
by the
camera.
way,
It's really terrible.
it's terrible, but keep going.
But here it
Well,
goes.
It is, but it's not. It is, but anyway, the worker behind the camera has since spoken out, claiming on Facebook she videoed the whole thing as proof. What am I talking about? Daycare workers fired after using Halloween masks to torture children.
That is horrible.
That is bad.
I saw that video. It's horrible.
This happened in North Mississippi,
Yeah.
which is probably the first problem.
Yeah.
Going to daycare in North
Well,
Mississippi.
I don't know. I thought it'd be the water at Jackson.
It could be that too. But it says here, a pretty long quote, but this will sum it up for y'all. Quote, a couple of weeks ago, some girls at the daycare bought Halloween masks to scare the kids. They did it, and I never got it on video. The kids were terrified, but I knew if I told the owner, it would be a stop, or rather a slap on the wrist for them, as I've complained about other things in the past, and nothing ever got done. So apparently this another worker filmed it, and it really is disheartening. I mean,
It
this
is.
little girl is sitting here enjoying her lunch, terrified. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
And now, obviously, the parents are speaking out and everything.
Yeah, I'm sure. It will affect that little girl for several Halloweens to come, I
I'm
bet.
sure. I mean,
And it could scar her forever.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, it's horrible.
This happened here at Lil Blessing. It's literally called Lil Blessings Child Care and Learning Center.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Very few blessings.
Apparently,
Goodness gracious.
Apparently, the worker comes in a mask, which looks like terrible, like a ghoul or something.
It's the old droopy eye, droopy mouth that
Yeah.
you see every year. I don't know what that thing's called, but it's horrible.
And
something
called-
something coats, I think.
It's
called
me
the
when I wake up
children-
at 4:30.
Called the children bad. Anyway.
That's just horrible.
That is bad. It really is bad. To be,
I think they should be fired.
They need to think
you know.
before they do stuff like that, you know?
I mean, you lose your job, it's not good. But I mean,
I wonder how many people think before they do that.
I don't know. They think right after, I think.
and their motive could have been fine, just wanting to have fun with the kids, Halloween, but goodness gracious. Maybe do that to an adult, not a little child.
Well, this one, if I had some eerie sounding music, I would play it in the background because this is a story I saw yesterday. This is something that really happened, but it could be a real good ghost story. Listen carefully. Out of Swampscott, Massachusetts.
Okay.
Why are you on the Massachusetts?
I don't know. I've been checking the Massachusetts website. I've been watching WBZ in Boston or something.
Is that near Salem?
No. Anyway, here we go with this story out of Massachusetts. Listen carefully. Normally, a person walking a dog won't mind a little company on the stroll.
Mm-hmm.
But from a pack of coyotes? That's what happened to a dog walker north of Boston over the weekend. Police in Swampscott came to the aid of a dog walker who was joined by a pack of coyotes Saturday night.
Wow.
The walker reported there were at least 9 coyotes who surrounded them, and they were not backing down. But once a bunch of patrol cars arrived with their flashing lights, the coyotes finally did back off. After that, police led the walker and their pet back home with no further danger. Can you imagine that? Being surrounded by 9 coyotes while you're walking.
Yeah, that happened to my papa one time.
Okay, well, I mean, it is. Of course, coyotes. That's the way they go after their kill, as they surround them to make sure that they kind of don't. They corral them,
Make
sort
sure
of.
they kill.
Yeah, that's right. Anyway, but here we go.
I was trying to set the mood.
Okay, all right.
Sorry, I thought somebody was coming down the road.
That's right.
Coming down West Main.
The walker reported there were at least 9 coyotes who surrounded them, and that they were not backing down.
That's pretty good, Henry.
That sounded more like constipation than
Yeah,
anything.
I'm sorry. That's right. Can you spell that?
I can.
Okay. All right. Anyway, but that's a scary thing.
It is.
Just be aware of that when you go out. And finally, this story, which has nothing to do with any of those other stories, but I'm not sure if they had anything to do with anything anyway. The first Native American woman in space says she's overwhelmed by the beauty and the delicacy of Mother Earth.
Yeah.
She's trying to generate positive energy as her 5-month mission begins. She is a NASA astronaut. Her name is Nicole Mann. She tells the AP from the International Space Station she's received lots of support from her family and the tribal communities back here. She's a member of the Violating of the Round Valley Indian tribes of Northern California.
Wow.
So we have the first whale lackey in space.
Cool. I think it'd be cool to go to space, don't you?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I wouldn't do it. I'm too much of a chicken, but I think it'd be interesting once you got up there. Yeah. It's the journey that would be horrifying.
Would be. Well, you know, you talk to who's that guy, Elon Musk? Doesn't he have like a joyride to space or something?
I think so.
I think he just catches a taxi to space.
Okay, all right.
And once you get up there, you have to pay your gas bill to get back, so you have to call and con somebody out. Remember that story?
Yeah, we had that guy. That guy who said, "Look,
I need $10,000.
Send me the money to come home, sweetheart."
Well, I was going to mention a local story, too, because we say up the street.
Yeah, do that.
And I wish I would have gotten the video ready for you all. But check it out on the Friends of Barron River Lake and Park Facebook page yesterday. It's also on our Facebook page. There were 6 deer crossing across Skaggs Creek yesterday in the water. They were just swimming across. So it's kind of funny to watch because we don't usually see deer in the water.
No.
Their little heads are just peeked up above the water, and they're just getting it on across there.
I'm proud of them for not being in the road.
That's not a good spot.
No, it's not.
They were taking them a little bath.
Maybe they found it's probably shorter and a lot less dangerous if they go through the creek.
Yeah.
I thought it was really good, though. It's like, gives you that fall vibe here in southern Kentucky.
I bet it was a beautiful sight, actually.
It looks like it.
Well, I'll have to check that out.
I mean, maybe I can show just a bit of it in here. James can't see it, but
I can't.
Yeah, it's
not yet.
That's all right. Well, I can't describe it to you either. So
anyway, so
text it to me.
Yeah, it looks good though. It is. 'Tis the season, as they say.
That's right.
All right, we had a bunch of tidbit stuff to take care of, and we've taken care of it. So y'all enjoy your day and stay with us. James has got coming up on the Big Willie the Trader straight ahead, and Brendan's got the 8:00 morning edition. It's going to be hard to choose, but you'll be entertained either direction.
From tailgate parties to busy weeknights, the flavor experts at Omaha Steaks have made it easy to savor all the flavors of fall with their mouth-watering assortments of perfectly aged steaks, ultra-juicy burgers, and easy-to-prepare comfort meals that are ready in a flash. Right now, take advantage of 50% off site-wide by shopping their semi-annual sale. This sale only happens twice a year, and it's on now with 50% off delicious customer favorites. And when you use promo code SIZZLE at checkout, take an additional $30 off of your order. Don't wait. Go to omahasteaks.com, enter SIZZLE at checkout, and stock up on fall flavor today. Omaha Steaks is perfect for those chilly and busy fall nights, with entrees ready before the kids can say what's for dinner. Omaha Steaks isn't just steak. It's the best steak of your life, guaranteed. That's omahasteaks.com, code SIZZLE at checkout. Minimum order may be required.
Heading toward 8:00, it is 32 degrees. Drive with caution this morning as we make where we're going to go and do so safe.
This is your home for Glasgow's best variety. WCLU Glasgow. W276DO Glasgow. WCLU.
This is CBS News on the Hour, presented by Liberty Mutual Insurance.
I'm Vicky Barker in London, where British Prime Minister Liz Truss has just resigned one day after chaotic scenes in Britain's Parliament, only 6 weeks after taking office.
Given the situation, I cannot deliver the mandate on which I was elected by the Conservative Party.
Truss standing outside the prime ministerial residence at number 10 Downing Street.
I have therefore spoken to His Majesty the King to notify him that I am resigning as leader of the Conservative Party.
Truss's brief tenure was marked by a series of grudging U-turns over economic policies that sent stocks and the British pound plummeting and interest rates here rising. Again, British Prime Minister Liz Truss has just resigned, her replacement to be chosen within days. I'm Vicky Barker in London. Now with more CBS News, here's Stacey Lynn.
And Vicky, we've got less than 3 weeks until the midterms, and President Biden is heading to Pennsylvania to campaign today, where there's a very closely watched Senate race between Democrat John Fetterman and Republican Mehmet Oz. All eyes have been on Fetterman's health, and KWY's Pat Loeb says a doctor's report was just released.
The lieutenant governor is recovering well, Dr. Clifford Chen wrote. He has no work restrictions and can work full duty in public office.
And a new CBS News Battleground Tracker polls looking at some of the other big races across the country, including the Senate race in Nevada, where it's close between the incumbent Cortez Masto and her Republican rival Adam Laxalt. Our Lilia Luciano is in Las Vegas.
3 leading issues, according to our CBS News poll, is economy, inflation, and crime. And right now, voters say that they feel both safer and that they feel that their finances are going to fare better with Adam Laxalt.
The U.S., UK, and France have accused Iran of selling drones to Russia, a claim the Iranian ambassador to the UN refuted.
Iran categorically rejected unfounded and unsubstantiated claims that Iran has transferred UAVs for the use of the conflict in Ukraine.
Fewer kids are going to college. Our Deborah Rodriguez with details of a new report.
The latest drop, 1.1%, isn't nearly as steep as the record 6.5% decline over the first 2 years of the pandemic. Hardest hit, for-profit institutions in the Midwest and Northeast. Enrollments picked up at online schools and at historically black colleges.
Stock futures are slightly higher this morning with several strong earnings reports boosting the market. Not for Tesla, though. Shares have dropped after it posted its third quarter revenue results that were lower than expected. This is CBS News.
Liberty Mutual customizes your car and home insurance, so you only pay for what you need. Visit libertymutual.com to learn more.
Ooh, Halloween, the season for goblins, witches, and scary good fun. But Walgreens knows it's also the doorbell never stops season, and we can't run out of candy season. So let Walgreens fill your Halloween bowl fast with pickup in as little as 30 minutes and delivery in as little as 1 hour. Because if it's needed in a poof season, it's Walgreens season.
This week, all snack-sized bags of Kit Kats are $2.49 each. Offer valid through 10/22 while supplies last. Restrictions apply. See Walgreens.com for details.
I'm probably okay to have one more drink before I drive home. I'm probably okay. I open the window to stay alert. Probably okay. I just popped some gum in my mouth.
Step out of the car, please.
I probably made a mistake.
Probably okay isn't okay when it comes to drinking and driving. If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend. Buzzed driving is drunk driving. A message brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
California woman was busted for running an unemployment scam during the pandemic.
Prosecutors say Brandy Iglesias used the names of convicted killer Scott Peterson and Carrie Stainer to collect more than $145,000 in fraudulent unemployment benefits in 2020. She was arrested last weekend. Iglesias is facing 10 charges, including grand theft, forgery, and identity theft. Prosecutors say she may have used her job with a San Quentin prison contractor to get Peterson and Stainer's personal information. Jennifer Kuiper, CBS News.
Well, grab a glass of cab. Get ready to play some Monopoly. Wine Monopoly. The Napa Valley edition replaces the game's original Atlantic City street names and locales with wineries and businesses in wine country. So while there are red and yellow properties like Napa Cellars, Barringer, and Sterling, who got the coveted boardwalk spot? The most expensive rectangle on the board went to the famed Grape Crusher statue. Stacey Lynn, CBS News.
Attention all business owners who rent or lease space, including storage space. Stop wasting your money paying someone else for your space. You can now save a ton of money and own your